Hello everyone, welcome back to Innovate Code Hub YouTube channel. I'm Damit. Today I'm going to explain about ER diagram. Okay, when it comes to ER diagram are a graphical representation of entities, attributes and relationships. It it helpful for us to define structure and connection between the elements within a database. When we consider about ER diagram, there are key concepts with that. First one entity, second one attribute, third one is relationship. I will explain one by one. Entity. Entities behave like a real world object. Let's get a small requirement. Customer ordering system. Customer behave like an entity. What is the meaning of attribute? Attribute describes what are the characteristics of an entity. According to my example, customer can have an ID. ID behave like a attribute. Attribute attribute means characteristics of an entity. When it comes to relationship define how two entities are connected to each others. Based on this example, customer is an entity as well as order an entity. Those entities has been connected by place relationship. Customer can place an order. Based on relationships, based on relationships between entities, we can divide into three main categories like one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many. These concepts I will explain using small ER diagram based on this requirement. I mean about customer and order related one. When I go to ER diagram, as a first I define an entity called customer, and I am going to create another entity called order. This entity has a relationship called place. Customer can place an order. When it comes to customer and order, customer can have multiple orders. When we consider about an order should have one customer. From customer in, or customer can have multiple orders, we can define relationship between customer and order. Customer can have multiple orders. Orders can have only one customer. We can use these symbol for illustrates this scenario. When I consider about customer entity can have multiple attributes as I explained. I am going to add two attributes to customer. First as attribute is ID. Customer should have ID. This one is unique. We can say this one is key attribute of customer entity. And customer can have mobile number. Customer can have multiple mobile numbers. It means when we consider about customer can have multiple mobile numbers. We can say like that attribute as multi-valued attribute. We can mark this attribute as multi-valued attribute. And I am going to create another attribute to customer. Call name. When we consider name, name can have first name and last name. We can divide this attribute to two attributes. First one, first name. Second one, last name. I can connect name. We have to mark name as composite attribute. It means name can have multiple attributes. This one I can mark as composite. Then I can connect these. Okay. I'm going to explain about this one is key attribute, this one is multi-valued attribute, this one is composite attribute. I'm going to explain about derived attribute. I add new attribute to customer called age. Age, and when we consider about age of the customer, we can decide age as a derived attribute. It depends on customer. Okay, we can mark this derived attribute and connect. Likewise, we can decide what are the entities in our database and what are the relationship between entities and what are the characteristics of an entities. These are the basic concept regarding ER diagram. You can try thinking about some scenario and try to draw ER diagram and mark relationship between entities. It will be helpful for you guys to understand how to draw the ER diagram properly. That's it regarding my ER diagram explanation. I think you could grasp my explanation. Thank you for watching. See you on next video.